Good afternoon. I'm a teacher at Tallis School in Greenwich. We're very kind of average-sized comprehensive, mixed comprehensive. We have a very wide range of backgrounds and cultures within the school, and we take a great pride in celebrating our diversity. 8 years ago at school, which before I started actually, but in talking to a group of staff, they were just saying how it was such a safe environment, and actually quite a lot of students and staff actually did come out to their peers about being gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgender, although I don't think that that's happened at school. But since that time, things really have changed. We really noticed as a small group of staff how there's a significant decline in the number of students coming out, and there was a huge increase in homophobic language. So a team of us decided to get together and to try and tackle the problems. To challenge the homophobia, one of the major things we decided was that we needed to get all the staff on board. And so we went to the head teacher, we asked for a staff meeting, which was organised. And basically what we did as a group was to put some different scenarios to the staff about things that were happening at school and homophobic comments and bullying. Staff were asked to discuss the actions and what they would do to solve the problems. It was interesting in that many of the staff admitted to not knowing how to challenge homophobia. They were quite frightened about it, and in fact they found the session really, really helpful. We also made a poster entitled "What's Your Language?", which was used all the way across school, and I think actually went home to the parents as well. It expressed our intolerance to homophobic language and explored why and how such language is detrimental. LGBT History Month has been a positive and celebratory way for us to make LGBT issues visible. It's given us an opportunity to discuss LGBT people in a positive light and not just rant on about depressing pejoratives. For 2 years, Tallis has run trips, events, assemblies, and done curriculum work based on LGBT themes in February. Annually, a group of teachers and students get together to decorate the school foyer in huge rainbow flags. Students' work produced throughout the course of the month is displayed in this area. Stonewall posters such as "Some people are gay, get over it" has been plastered all around school during the course of that month. Last year, there was a huge school effort to encourage all curriculum areas to become a part of LGBT month, and the results were fantastic. One of our ex-students who had come out actually came in and spoke to all of our students in assemblies. We had lunchtime film screenings of Will and Grace in our drama studio. We took groups of students to see the film Milk down in Greenwich. It's been fantastic, but no bed of roses, and some students and their families objected to the month, especially on religious grounds. The head teacher and our equal opportunities member of staff and one or two others actually met with the families so that they could express their concerns and we could clarify where we were coming from, so that was really useful. Overall, it's hard to evaluate our progress, but we feel that what we've done in the last 2 years really has made an impact. We're not blind to the fact that homophobia probably still does exist in Tallis, but we're facing up to it and challenging it. And LGBT students and staff know that they are valued and they are celebrated. Things don't change overnight, and we don't expect them to, but we're encouraging the students and staff to become liberal, tolerant, flexible individuals who can appreciate difference and value one another. Now, we've come along with 4 of our students today, 2 of which have done some work on Alan Turing. Just want to talk to you about that, and then they will pass you on to 2 of the other students. Thank you very much for listening.
Hello, my name is Lisa, and I'm going to talk about Alan Turing. Alan Turing was born in June 1912. He then left Cambridge University in 1934 and got a distinguished degree. He then left and went to work at the Government Code and Cipher School at Bletchley Park, which is also known as Britain's Code Breaking Centre. It was wartime, and Turing was in charge of finding techniques for Britain for breaking the German codes. He built upon the Polish ideas and made an amazing machine which found settings for the Enigma machine. However, Turing was homosexual. This was illegal and considered to be a mental illness at the time. He was then convicted in 1952 for it and barred from continuing his decoding work with the government. When he was convicted, he was given the choice between going to prison or having hormonal treatment. He chose the treatment, which meant having estrogen injections. This reduces libido and has undesirable side effects, such as growing breasts. 2 years later, Alan Turing was found dead. The evidence showed that he had taken a bite from an apple, which he had injected with cyanide. However, his mother considered his death to be accidental. Now Victoria is going to talk about what we've done in maths lessons.
During the month of February, students do work on famous gay and lesbian people. We learned about the life of Alan Turing in the maths lessons and about how to decipher codes. Each symbol would have its own letter, or it could mean lots of letters. We learnt lots of different ways of decoding messages, and some of them were really difficult until you get the hang of it. It is believed that Apple made their logo, an apple with a bite taken out of it, to show the appreciation of Alan Turing's life and the contribution made to inventing computers. The year group below us learnt about issues affecting gay and lesbian people. They wrote about them by writing stories whilst wearing empathy glasses. Here are two of their stories.
Hi, I'm Esther and I'm reading from a gay point of view. I feel dreadful. Every single day I have to disguise myself from other people each day and hide my true identity. I long to tell my friends and family, but I'm afraid they will reject me like a piece of tart. No one knows how I feel at this very moment. I was at my school and a new exchange student came into my class. His name was Leonardo. The very moment I saw him, my heart was racing and pounding like a rhino. I was tempted to talk to him, but I would not dare. As I was travelling home, I found out that he lived just across the road from me. I told him my sister had a crush on him, but he said boldly and proudly that he was gay and told me that in Spain, where he comes from, they respect people no matter what kind of person they are. I just wish people would respect gay, bisexual, transsexual, and all kinds of people, so then I would be proud of who I am like Leonardo. My parents are always telling me how gay people shouldn't exist, saying that being gay is an abomination, that they're not doing what God made them for, to multiply. At least I know how my parents' reaction would be if they found out I was gay. That's part of the reason I'm afraid to tell my parents that I'm gay. Am I not human anymore?
Lois, can I borrow your mic, please? Thanks. Okay, I've also written in a gay point of view or a perspective. I have finally found myself, but there is a problem. I feel as if I cannot share my true feelings with anyone but myself. Today was the day I found out I was gay. I was swimming, a sport I do regularly, when I saw this girl. She was beautiful. Her long hair flowed down her back, and her green eyes were mesmerising. I was transfixed. I could not help myself. It was like I was staring into my future, my destiny. The more I stared, the more I realised things about myself that had been buried under shame for years. I longed for her. I had no need for anything but her. My breathing became raspy as I walked past her, and my head began to spin. Could this be true? I had had this feeling many times before, but never really took any real notice of it. I was falling head over heels for a girl. But I am a girl in every way, so how could this be happening to me? The truth was that I never really liked boys. They were friends to me, not lovers. I pretended that I had serious crushes on pop stars and meaningless things like that. But underneath, it was all an act, a show, a cover-up for my true identity. This magnificent girl had changed my life in the space of a few minutes. She had exposed me without knowing it. I felt fantastic, but vulnerable at the same time. I felt vulnerable because of the stupid, thoughtless words people had said and the teasing of others. That is partly why I hide myself.
Thanks for listening.